Hi, it's Danny from Bury Tomorrow.
And Dawson from Bury Tomorrow.
And we've been hanging out with PitCam TV all day in Berlin, and it is awesome.
Hey, I'm Monica with PitCam, and I'm here with Bury Tomorrow. We're in Friedrichshain, and we're gonna go have some breakfast at Goodies, and then we're gonna go see Berlin. You're just coming off a tour, a UK tour with Goes Inside. Yeah. What was it like?
Yeah, I think it was really cool because it was pretty much the medium between really great sounding huge venues and the fact that it was like the top pinnacle of a underground tour. So the kids would still go crazy and there was enough room for them to go, you know, wild and jump off the stage and whatnot. And you're quite close to them. And it also that every venue sounded amazing. So they could get like the best show possible, you know. So yeah, it was an absolute privilege to be on that tour, and we're blessed to be even given that opportunity. So yeah, it was awesome.
Well, the show last night was really good. The crowd was good. Germany seems to be a good country for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, on this tour certainly, like Germany stood out. Like, and it's not even like usually we would just be like, obviously because Nero are on the dates as well, and they are quite a big draw in Germany. But just the way the kids in Germany act at shows, it blows our mind really. But we've been here a lot, and you know we don't expect anything because obviously we're in a different country. But the fact that kids are just losing their mind is insane, you know. And we obviously, Nuclear Blast being from Germany, we have a lot of love for playing shows here, and it's one of the last places, one of the last real live shows that you can go to really, because you know obviously a lot of venues in the UK now are tied up with red tape, and you know people aren't allowed to do certain things at shows, but Germany just seems to be a bit of a free-for-all, to be honest with you, so it's pretty
the UK crowds are a bit more restricted?
It's weird, like the kids want to go crazy and the kids are awesome in a lot of places, so it's really cool because when you get a venue where there isn't any restrictions, it's wild. But a lot of venues nowadays, because of obviously insurance purposes and you know liability costs and whatnot, there's so many venues that you cannot incite a thing. You say a thing on stage, you get your sound cut. They don't care how big you are, or you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, I mean, we've been threatened with it many a time. Our tour manager gets increasingly stressed with the fact that you know we love to have a good time, and we're never there for kids to get hurt, obviously. But yeah, it gets a bit crazy sometimes. And
what happens at hardcore shows and stuff like that? I mean, it's part of the scene.
Yeah,
is it gone, or?
The weird thing is that you know when you're growing up, I know personally when we grew up in bands years ago, like when the BT first started, and the underground shows are the ones that you love playing because it's raw. But you know, every band, I feel, unless you're a DIY hardcore band, wants to get and play venues where you want to sound your best, you know. We've never made any bones about the fact that we want to sound amazing on stage. We want to hear ourselves, we want to be able to play perfect every single night. And you can't do that in a venue with a PA and on a floor. It's great, it's fun. Like we played a show in Poland on this tour and it was wild, but by no means did we sound anywhere near what we could sound in a massive venue, you know. See, and that's why the Ghost Inside tour was so good, because it was the mix of both of them, and great sounding venues, but kids could still go wild without it being. The bigger the venue you get, the more rules you get, obviously, because there's more chance of someone getting hurt. So I understand it, and you've just got to respect it. Really, it's something we've grown up with, so it's not a new thing. It's just about getting to a stage where you're actually realising that it's law. You know, these are kids. You technically are in charge of their welfare. You know. So.
Ah ja, nimm nochmal.
So as of last year, you're on Nuclear Blast. What's that like?
Awesome. It's really metal.
Yeah.
That's it. No, it's great. It's a privilege. We've all been massive fans of the bands that are on Nuclear Blast for a long time, so to actually be given the opportunity to be part of that roster is awesome. They've treated us really well, and looks to be the new record's going to be crazy. So this one's been awesome. So when we record our new one, it's going to be badass. I'm excited.
So it's not a problem that the roster mostly consists of more like extreme metal bands?
That's what we are.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, okay. Yeah. Now I feel bad. No, it's all good. Like, it's actually I actually prefer it because at the end of the day, one, prestigiously, it's like, you know, people view us in that way more. You know, it's a little bit less of a, oh my god, that's another, say, Rise band or a band that's on that kind of thing. And it's nice that we're actually, you know, that they have faith in us as well as extreme music, you know. And yeah, it's also quite a good thing because any publicity is good publicity. So at the end of the day, if people are hating on us, people are still liking on us, you know. It works in that way.
Yeah, because you have gotten some shit.
Yeah, we have. It's been pretty crazy for it. So yeah, it's fine. Like, as I said, we don't take ourselves too seriously. So if you did, we'd probably be bummed out, but we're not. So it's all good.
Are metal fans a bit closed off and judgmental?
I think there can be. You know, I guess it just depends what they're into. I mean, like, there's a lot of people who are closed-minded and are just easy to cut things off. But in the sense of, you know, like us being on Nuclear Blast and stuff like that, regardless, they're still watching that video and they're still, you know, they're still taking something from it, regardless. So it's one of those things, I guess. It can be, yeah, I guess it can be. But see what happens.
You want to add something?
No. No, yeah, as I said, exactly what Dor said. It's one of those things that I think any genre can be closed-minded, you know, and in the commercial sense, people are closed-minded to things like screaming or extreme vocals, you know. It's whenever you put borders on a genre, you always find people that are trying to hate against something on that genre, or that they believe that that is the only thing that you can do. It's the same as hardcore. You get a lot of militant hardcore people. It's a massively like contradictory genre, you know. There's a lot of bands that preach stuff that they don't actually believe in, you know, and you know, I love hardcore, I do, like, but you know, we've always been proud of being metalcore, and we always will be, you know. There's bands that have been championing being metalcore for years, and Killswitch Engage, As Lay Dying, some of the best bands in the world. So to even be put in the same genre as them, we're completely privileged and respectful, you know.
And being on Nuclear Blast, it has definitely opened new doors to you, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course. Like, festival-wise, at least, you know, it's a massive mainland Europe label, you know, and it's, well, massive worldwide label. So at the end of the day, like, it's one of those things, when you're put on a major label, and the only reason why Nuclear Blast is a major label is because of how big it is, you know, and it's the biggest metal label in the world. So we are, like, literally completely privileged and kind of a bit gobsmacked that they really want us, you know, and they've been interested in our band since we did demos with no vocals on, so you can't really complain then. As long as we've always been a band we respect people that have faith in us. So if you have faith in us, then, you know, we'll show you respect and show loyalty.
Like a lot of other musicians, you are really active on Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. How do you balance Danny the frontman and private Danny? Is it even possible?
No.
No.
No. I'm joking. No, it's like...
It's going to be difficult now,
yes,
huh?
Yeah. I'm just not going to answer. I'm just going to sit here like this. This is real Danny. This is real Danny. No. Like, it is what it is. I'm pretty much exactly the same. Probably a little bit more, like... active, maybe. I don't really speak that much when I'm off, like in real life. I'm quite negative, really, but try and be a little bit more positive online so people don't think I'm a complete idiot. But it's the same person, really. Like, it does get a bit crazy sometimes because obviously as the band profile rises, like my online profile rises as well, being the frontman of a band. Like, it does get a bit crazy. You get some pretty weird people. But it's, as I said, I just try and be positive. it's kind of difficult sometimes if something's annoyed me to take a diplomatic approach about it and not just rant, which is the hardest thing I think when you're in the industry, to get your head around that, you know, you can't just go off on one about something that annoys you, because some people may have an opinion on it, and you know, and that is the worst bit. You know, we'd love to say some things about people that we've met or people that we don't like anymore, or and people like that, and it's like we just can't. You got to take such a straight line approach about it, but it's our job really. Like being a frontman of a band, I think you take on that responsibility, and I think if you can't, you know, deal with the fact that if you want your band to get big, you're going to have to do that, then you shouldn't really be a frontman. You should, you know, do something else. You know, is what comes with it, or being a DIY hardcore band where, you know, you play in front of friends every night. Yeah.
A couple of times you've tweeted about stuff like discrimination and homophobia and stuff like that. There's been a few incidents lately with band members that have expressed views, not so tolerant views about homosexuality and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, to be quite honest, I think it's bullshit. Like, I think, you know, you're entitled to your own opinion. I think it's absolute madness in 2013 that you can't think that any like variant of someone's life, whether that be that they fancy men and they're a man, or they are a different coloured skin, I just think, and that they're any less of a person, is absolute bullshit. At the end of the day, we're all born in the same way. We're all trying to do the same thing, regardless of where we're from, you know. And I think, you know, people are entitled to their opinion. They're entitled to, you know, and there are religions, strict religions, which, you know, it's not okay. And if people follow that, that's fair enough. You know, there are things in Catholicism which say in Christianity, which extremities, they do say, you know, at the end of the day, like, being gay is not right, you know, and if you follow that, then you follow that, that's cool. But if you're in a public place and you have people that look up to you, you shouldn't, like, broach things like that. You should stay neutral. As I said before, it's about being neutral, and it's about, like, having the opinion of the masses, if you get what I mean. Like, it's about having a generalized overview, and you know, you can give your opinion, but at the end of the day, like, you're influencing kids, and by saying certain things, saying that you should do this if you're Christian or Muslim or Buddhist, it's like, well, kids are going to look up to you and be like, kids are so impressionable these days, especially with band members. Like, band members are like the new religion. It sounds ridiculous to say it, but they are. Like, people look up to bands like they look to a religion. It's almost like a cult, you know, and but it's not cool with me, and I'll always say my opinions online when it comes about stuff like that it's not cool, and we are completely pro anyone that wants to come to our shows. We'd never ever discriminate against anyone. So yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I just think, why would you alienate a fan base when there is a certain sense of community in music? So, you know, obviously there has been a certain resurgence of that ignorance in music, and I just think it's not cool. I just don't think it's cool. Dan pretty much covered how I feel about it as well. But yeah, I just don't see why you'd want to alienate a fan base when there is a togetherness in music. If everyone stood in that room and they're taking away something, what that band is representing, it's not the way to go about things, I don't think. So, yeah.
So let's talk about Dawson. You've had a lineup change. How has that affected the band?
We're really positive. We're in a really, really good place at the moment. I've had more fun on this tour than I've ever had in my life. I love him to bits. I want to marry him.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is he sat there?
We have been in talks, haven't we? Like, we've got we know we want to go on this honeymoon.
We want to have a summer wedding. Want the theme to be purple and silver, and go on honeymoon, I think, to Jamaica. It's going to be beautiful. You're invited. You're invited. Yeah. No, it's let's be serious. It's awesome. We're pushing forward. We want to have a lineup where we're all in exactly the same mindset, that, you know, this album's for the fans. Like, the last album was really, you know, it was about the fans, but the Union of Crowns was very personal. It's very, like, you know, it's a, we can't believe we're still a band, this is for us kind of thing. This was us getting our album out, and, you know, this next one's definitely for the fans, and it's definitely for people that are stuck by us. You know, it's going to have a very Team BT-esque feel about it, lyrically and musically, I feel, because we're writing as a whole now. We're a big one unit, and for the first time in years I've felt comfortable, and I felt that, you know, we've had technical issues on this tour quite a lot, you know, but at the end of the day, it's just felt great every single night. It's just felt perfect, you know, and we're in a really, really good place right now, and I've never been happier, to be honest with you. So yeah, this is what it is. We're going to move forward and we're going to have a great time, great 2013, 2014, and then we're ending.
Then it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met these guys, like, obviously, like, just from local shows back in the day, and then my previous band toured with these guys on their UK run in 2011. It was just literally, like, no less than a month ago, Dav just called me up and like, do you want to try out? I was like, yeah, sure. So I just quit my job that day, learnt the songs. This were no like incentive of me joining the band. I just thought I'm going to put everything into this. And then, yeah, on the London show, they asked me if I wanted to be a part of the band, of which I was like, if I have to, yeah. You know, it's not something I want to do, but, you know, I'll help my friends out. No, I'm joking, but yeah, it's definitely a big opportunity for me, and I'm really excited for this year, really excited for the new record, and it's going to be a good one for us, definitely. Really excited.
So when are you going to start recording?
We are recording. I told you.
Yeah, but we had no cameras.
We had a conversation on the bridge 2 seconds ago where I said everything about this. Stop asking me the same questions, all right?
Answer.
Boring.
Yeah.
No, I'm not serious, am I? No. This is bad. No, and don't lose this.
Just edit everything
out.
No.
Yeah, hopefully we're going in. Well, we are. We're booked in to go in November. It's going to be out early Marches. I would think probably coming out start of next year to hit 2014 with a new record. We're being quite a lot quicker with this one because obviously the gap between Portraits and Union of Crowns was quite a lot, and so we wanted to keep everyone knowing that we're pushing forward, we're doing really well, and we've already started writing. It's sounding amazing, it's sounding fast and heavy, and we're by no means going any more commercial, which I think everyone fears that we're going to suddenly turn into some rock band, but
It's going to be a fucking heavy album.
yeah, it's heavier. It's actually probably going to be heavier, with still the same amount of singing probably, but we're just trying to mix things up. We're trying to push the extremities of our genre, really, trying to like show that our heavy bits can face up to some of the heaviest bands in the industry, and our light bits and melodies can beat some of the other people. We're quite a competitive band, and we want to be the top of our genre, and obviously we're never going to be, you'll never look at yourself in that sense unless you're an asshole, but like we want to be there, we want to push ourselves to the max, and hopefully be the bands that we looked up to a long time ago.
So what does the summer look like for you guys?
Crazy.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, there's lots and lots of festivals that we're playing. Some still to be announced, which are probably the biggest things we've ever played in our life. It's going to be mad, but we just announced Download, which is obviously unreal for us, massive privilege. But we've just seen kind of the step up, really. Like this year, really, for us as festival-wise, we've had so many offers come through that we haven't really known what to do with them. They've just been getting confirmed. We haven't even been getting given like confirmation sheets. We've just been going, yeah, you're playing this, you're playing this, you're playing this. So as a band, that's all you strive to do. You only strive to, play shows, have a good time. Festivals are great as well because you can have a good time and have a bit of a party and then go home like the next other day. You're not on tour on the road all the time, so you can give 100. We try to, but obviously on tour, certain shows are better than others. But on festivals, it's just banging out 110%, give it your all, and then go home the next day. So it's always fun. And then writing as well. Obviously, get this third record done. So
Cool.
yeah.
I'll let you have the last word.
Shabba, 100% Shabba. That's it. You know me too well. Yeah, Shabba, which is the best word you can use. So yeah, Shabba.
Any words for the fans, Danny?
Yeah, just thank you so much for checking us out. Thanks to people like PitCam for hanging out with us always, and it's always a privilege to for anyone even to listen to our band. So the fact that we're still here in 2013 is rad, and we didn't think we were going to be. So hopefully we're still here in 2014. That would be awesome.
We'll do another tour.
Yeah, and then we'll do another interview.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
Okay.
It'll probably be more serious though. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Now is our chance to make a stand. This is the era of the corridor. Where our souls
at Bury Tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today with PitCam TV. It's been an awesome day. We've had loads of fun. Pretty tired now though. And thanks for checking us out, and hopefully when the new album comes, check that out too.